technology is also developed by the
Okay,
right
but
minds,
I
right?
told about my experience.
If
My
you want-
classmates, none of them used it.
Sir, if you want to use SPSS, we should be knowing what is the model going inside. If you want to
Maybe the
derive
PhD
insights, we should know that.
students, yes.
If you want that our students should be using SPSS just as a black box, then I think it's not good.
So we have to give more choice to students. That's what I wanted to say. Students who should give more choice based on their intelligence level and their interest level. But engineering field, I think I did a lot of inquiries about those quadratic equations that we did, and none of my classmates said they're using it in daily life. So that's why I just referred to curriculum, but we have to see what's the relevant curriculum. If there is a substitute available which is more interesting, I think we should go for the interesting part of it. Yes.
This question is again related to what you said about quadratic equations. I am an IIC
So
professor.
that's just a reference, just an example.
For a long time. I am aware of what entrepreneurship happens in IIC, which probably is better than what happens in any of the big schools across the country. Okay, this question is not related to what you said, but it's more related to, say, since I am sitting with the students, I can hear a lot of appreciation about what you told among them, because it's more of taking the easy way out rather than going the hardware route. Okay, so the question is this: media often highlights that an IIM cracked their 1 crore salary package. Correct. So it's been years since we say that a candidate X from IIMD or IIMA got more than 1 crore as a package. But the media doesn't cover what kind of work do they do. Okay, Goldman Sachs often recruits top candidates from IIMs for over a crore. Goldman Sachs also recruits MBA candidates from secondary institutes, say maybe for around 10 lakhs or 12 lakhs. What is the difference between a candidate getting 10 to 12 lakhs, or what is the difference between a candidate earning more than 1 crore? It is the mathematical modeling that they are forced to do, or say the quadratic equations or the application of that is getting them that extra premium, and the extra premium is 10 to 12 times of a decent salary of 10 to 12 lakhs. So how do you?
Maybe you are right. That level, maybe the PhD level or postdoctoral level, they may be using that. But I just give my experience of those equations. So you are right.
And sir, I will tell you that most of the cost equations or even in the real life scenario are not linear equations. They are quadratic or they are non-linear equations. So even if organizations practically want to optimize their operations or anything, if not in only operations, any type of cost, the real life scenarios are not linear, they are non-linear or stepwise. So even in that case, you have to teach them those models if they actually want to do good, if they actually want to take good decisions. Otherwise, simplistic assumptions will always ruin their decisions.
Very good. I understand what you have said.
The point is oriented with the faculty and students. The point is that you don't look at a model and then try to fit into reality. Try to look into reality and then develop a model. I think the point is that sometimes you know, when you look at a patient, you don't think about what medicine can I suggest him, understand what disease is going through, then suggest the medicine. Sometimes when you are doing too much modeling and concrete things, I think the point you are trying to say is that we first think what type of equation will fit in without understanding the problem itself. The idea is the sort of things he's talking about, the urbanization problem in India, which will be something like China. A solution like US will not come and fit us here. We need to find out our own solution. The same example you say. We talked that in supply chain management, like closing the sand market is not the issue, because sand is a key ingredient in the construction industry. If the price of sand goes up, then everything, even the small homeowner or a construction player, he gets affected. So I am not sure the example you gave, if IIC has a different solution, how you can mine sand all over India, how you can get that solution to a grassroots level, adoption level thing. So the point I think, again, don't ask me questions.
No question. I have a comment to make.
Just let me complete. I think sometimes we are too obsessed with models and equations. I think what is suggesting is that be obsessed with reality and real life challenges. Once you become obsessed with reality and real life challenges and let your creativity and innovativeness work, then you will definitely find solutions which will probably work better rather than obsession with models. That is my take. I'm not saying that it's an easy solution. Things always vary. Sometimes you will be probably in some context you will find the solution you are saying is better. Sometimes the solution you are saying is recommending is better. But probably the reality or the real life challenges need to be looked into. Yeah.
1 minute. No, I would like to make a comment. No questions.
How I find the students out here, all I want to say is, models are made for business. Business is not made for models. Thank you.
So point here is, even I am Bangalore at one time dropped 40% of its curriculum. So we have to constantly review your curriculum, what is relevant and what is not. That's very important. So memorizing, just I give an example, memorizing of chemical formulas or tables. Is it so important? Or memorizing of multiplication tables. The shift has to change from that to more choices in curriculum to make the learning process more interesting rather than making it more boring and painful.
My question is, we are following a model when we say that everything to everybody, right? So we have got compulsory courses and we have got specialization courses. What I can get from your talk is that we should make everything elective so that let the student choose what is relevant for him and where he is got the interest so that the creativity gets fostered. So what is your take whether we should follow this model which we are right now following, something compulsory, something elective, or everything should be made elective?
You are right, you have to give choices. How you do is up to you. You have to discuss among your faculty colleagues. But creativity again is no replacement to hard work. That 10,000 rule, some of you might have read the book Outliers about that 10,000 hour rule, or he analyzed successful business people like Bill Gates, and he came up with this 10,000 rule where these people have put in 10,000 hours before achieving glory in that field. So hard work should always be there. Creativity has no meaning, you don't have knowledge base. So knowledge base is must, but it has to be in your field of interest. That is important. And then creativity has some meaning.
Hello, sir. You said that business schools pay more attention to placements. My perception is, I maybe just for discussion, that there is a perception in India that don't become entrepreneur immediately. First work for 5-6 years in an industry, related industry, and then become entrepreneur. And that is why most of the students who want to become an entrepreneur first wants a job. In fact, when we read this book, Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish, that shows an example that how IIMs, 25 IIM students, after some 10 years, 15 years, they become entrepreneurs. Yeah. So probably that is the reason in India that there is a perception that don't jump straight away and start your own business. Work somewhere for some 5-6 years and then. And that is why the business schools have to take up placement only. That is my perception.
Interest one rule applies. Then you land up a job, then you take some loans, then you say, let me first pay off this loan, then I will start my enterprise. Then no, my kids are there, let them settle down, then I will start something. So then most of them, they end up working for others. In real life it happens. So I think if you start in the beginning only, you can have ability to take risks. And even if you fail, but I think this ability to take risk should be inculcated at a much younger age. And as I said about Stanford, there's entrepreneurial culture in every department. So they encourage students to start from day one.
Mr. Palanche, Professor Jivaji made a very valid point, I think, because that's what I said when I asked you a question of that side. See, the other thing is, have you noticed that say you are a middle-aged professional, about 40, for whatever business economic conditions, your own performance, you lose your job. And conditions are not very right at that time to find another job. So if a person's friend asks him, what are you doing nowadays? So he says, I'm a consultant. When you are between jobs, jobless, everybody in this country is a consultant. Because nobody says I'm jobless. So first of all, our acceptance of the fact that I am jobless, what is a consultant? Do you have a consulting contract? Who are you consulting? Then the answers become more vague. So when we are jobless, we call ourselves consultants because our mindset is set in that fashion. Our society does not respect you unless you say your business card has to have a company's name. I know if it's a very well-known company, someone is that.
I think ability to take risk is a very important precondition if we have to promote entrepreneurship, and that culture has to be cultivated. And they have to be glorified. Entrepreneurs have to be glorified, and media has to do its job, have a job in hand. And I hope they will be the real heroes in coming times, not who get landed to good jobs.
Thank you, sir. I think this discussion can be further carried over for a cup of coffee. We break for coffee. The faculty, press, and our esteemed dignitaries are requested to kindly make a move towards the LRC that has for the coffee. And student manager requested to kindly stay with the esteemed dignitaries.